This is episode 80 of the 4Ps. It is our annual Fireworks 4th of July edition. Cue the fireworks. As many of you know, my wife is a physician, a pediatrician to be specific, and that has shaped my views over the past 15 years when it comes to information and education, overall health, and just humanity. Our physicians are at the forefront of social issues as a matter of personal and public health, whether it's vaccines or guns, mental health, bullying, childhood obesity, even LGBTQ needs and advocacy. Yet our healthcare system is so fucked up that many doctors are struggling to pay back their medical school loans or just serve the community in the way that they initially had intended. They spend all their day fighting insurance companies, just nickel and dime. Simplifying the process, reducing paperwork, eliminating politics will improve medicine. But, as mentioned, this week's theme, the danger of fireworks. The fact that everyday folk, and they are folk, can get their hands on fireworks is just ridiculous. It should be something that is left to professionals. The Grucci's. How many fingers and hands have to be blown up before we do some sort of real regulation around these things? Happy 4th of July, everyone. Later today, the U.S. national soccer team will be playing England in the semifinals of the 2019 FIFA Women's World Cup, something I've talked about and I'm very excited about. Over the past week, we've seen a big lift in conversation and publicity about this team, both positive and in some cases less than positive. I've been around this team and many of the players for almost 20 years, and to see this much conversation just generally on Twitter and LinkedIn, TV news, it's not surprising because this is a World Cup cycle and every 4 years people pay attention and care. But the nature of the conversation and that around our captain, Megan Rapinoe, is honestly strange. To hear or read that people think that Meg doesn't represent the U.S. or that a team captain should comply with whatever standards people have for her in their own mind is a fucking joke. No. Megan Rapinoe is the best of America, the best in the world at what she does, not afraid to advocate for what is right and speak out against what is wrong. That is America. And when a small but ignorantly vocal percentage of the country thinks you don't deserve equal rights because of who you are or what you are, fuck that. No, you stand up, you kneel, you shout, you don't sing, whatever. And whatever it takes to use your platform now. I know Megan. She is not doing this for personal benefit or gain. She is not selfish. She understands she's been given an opportunity to raise awareness and make a difference for things that she believes in and knows to be right. And that's why she's our captain. This is the time to get into the CBD industry. I've been doing a lot of research around it personally and professionally as a part of where our industry is going. But experts predict that the CBD market will hit $22 billion in the next 2 to 3 years, which seems to outpace the business opportunity around the marijuana plant itself. Now, if you've been living under a rock or you've just been high, CBD is a non-psychoactive cannabinoid found in cannabis. You know it as the marijuana plant. And it's had a surge in popularity over the past couple of years. Now, unlike THC, which is the chemical compound that gets you high, not me, CBD has been shown to help with everything from stress and PTSD and anxiety to MS and even epilepsy without getting you high. So basically, since marijuana is federally classified as a Schedule I narcotic, and hemp, which is marijuana's low THC, high CBD cousin, it's still highly regulated, CBD has existed in this legal gray area. It means that major companies and retailers have been hesitant to get in the mix, but there are a ton of smaller and emerging companies that have jumped in and gotten a head start. But consolidation is going to happen, as will likely the relaxing of federal law. And one thing that could help just remedy this entire thing or accelerate its growth is the 2018 Farm Bill, which Congress is sitting on, but it would amend how marijuana is classified to exempt hemp, which is defined as a cannabis plant consisting of less than 0.3% THC. So if the bill actually passes, it would open a huge industry to farmers across the country, and then by chain of events, everybody else. According to a lot of experts, there would be an increase in just about every sector that sells CBD, from dispensaries to smoke shops to even medical companies. But perhaps the biggest push would be from the big box retailers that we all know and shop at, national chains, who have been eager to get in on this lifestyle craze, I'll call it, but have been stifled by the current nebulous regulations. So there's a lot more serious companies that are involved with it that we're seeing, and products are starting to emerge and people getting involved, but they're coming out with higher and higher dosage levels. So for a lot of conditions like anxiety or chronic pain, it's debatable whether or not a very sophisticated pharmaceutical product would be more effective than some of these products that are essentially over the counter now. Bottom line, there's a mad rush to get into this business, and no one company is yet poised to dominate. Again, yet. Oils, balms, other skincare products, even edibles. It's all very regionalized. So if you're getting involved, choose wisely. It is honestly less about production and more about distribution, which will be heavily contingent upon state and federal laws and how much they regulate the industry. So this is a real opportunity to consolidate and operationalize this space. Now, as a marketing guy, this seems to be where and when a tipping point will happen, but until then, expect lots of small guys to be fighting for the local dollar and more opportunity for everyone to make at least a little bit. If you've been listening or watching closely these videos over the past few months, then you already know how I feel about Senator Kamala Harris, but she's grabbed headlines in the last few days and the share of voice, and I think this will bear out, fundraising dollars. Now, last week's Democratic debates reaffirmed so much of what I've been saying, and I am proud she's kind of moving up in the polls. It's pretty clear to me now that I will not be voting for a straight white man in these primaries or beyond, unless Bernie or Biden somehow get the nomination. But I'm hoping that's not who our party chooses to take on Trump. I've been on the Kamala Harris train now for almost over a year at least. And while she may not win the nomination, she is possibly a present and definitely a future leader of this party. And that gives me hope. As a partner to big brands, helping them think about their approach to content in a different way now, a better way, the importance of SEO to outrank the competition is something I've been increasingly fascinated with and has become increasingly critical. There are a few things to think about, but if this is in your wheelhouse, then here are the 5 things to remember. And yes, they will all start with C. The first is content. Jamming keywords into your content is no longer going to be, it's just not going to fly anymore. If you want to win with SEO, your content needs to match what people are actually searching for. You need to use your keywords in your content, yes, but be more culturally oriented and consumer-centric with your content. The second C is your code. If your site code is shit, it's not going to be found. Not having good underlying code is going to keep you from ranking in SEO. And I'm sorry, you cannot do this yourself. Third C is channel optimization. While social doesn't provide direct SEO benefits, brand awareness and recognition drive clicks. If you want to stand apart from the crowd, social engagement can help. Fourth C is connections. Links still matter. The right links matter even more so, right? So spend time reaching out to people or sites that'll pay off in the long run. If you're wondering how to evaluate the quality of a link, I can help. Reach out. Fifth C is capturing data from your site visitors specifically. What's the intent of the person coming to your site? It's important to understand. And without data, SEO is a crapshoot. So dive into the site analytics to understand what the SEO is doing for you and, more importantly, what it can be doing for you.